Pearson Engineering, we've been doing what we do for over 30 years now, and that is providing equipment onto armored vehicles that helps to keep soldiers safe. So essentially, our founding equipment has been equipment that is installed on the front of armored vehicles to help with mobility and counter-mobility challenges. So you can have a large platform, a small platform, a wheeled platform, or tracked platform, and we install different tools on the front that allow the vehicle commander to choose between different tools to breach through a minefield, to overcome obstacles, to protect against scatmin, to create defenses, and to overcome other defenses. So that is our traditional product. We're based in Newcastle upon Tyne at Armstrong Works. Armstrong Works is a purpose-built armored vehicle manufacturing and assembly site where we support the UK MOD with the manufacture of their armored vehicles. So here at Eurosatory, we've got a few things in the stand that I would like to take you around. First, this is our latest threat sense capability. So this uses our existing AI algorithm that allows us to train the system to recognize surface-laid threats. So a lot of our equipment that helps to create a path safely through a minefield, for example, that requires vehicles with a lot of traction and a lot of weight. If you don't have that capability, and it's also a limited capability, this gives you a level of protection by using existing cameras that are either installed on the armored vehicle or they can be installed onto a UAV. Taking that visual feed, the system will recognize surface-laid threats, and it will identify what that threat is and what the probability of it actually being that threat is. So this gives you real flexibility to plan your route safely whenever you're operating in a battlefield. This capability at the minute, we hope to deploy to Ukraine in the near future, but certainly our primary equipment that has been the hardware installed in the front of armored vehicles is being deployed to Ukraine through the US government, the German government, and through the British government. So it's currently in service, and we do export that 80 to 90% around the world. So Threat Sense is one of our more recent developments that you will start to see become more engaged with. I'll also just take you over here, if you don't mind, to the track width mine plow example. What this is demonstrating is how we're starting to use simulation as ways to predict the behavior of our equipment. So as I mentioned, high levels of traction are required, but without actually spending the time, the money, and the effort of deploying this equipment in trials, we can very quickly and very safely come up with a predicted performance by using digital twin capability to assess the performance once it's installed on a vehicle. So as I say, this allows us to fail quickly and equally learn much faster so that our development cycles to create new products and get them into the hands of the operational end user is much faster. So new developments here. Where this also you'll see on the Doking and Rheinmetall stand, we have a partnership with them where we've been undertaking trials on their Komodo vehicle. That Komodo platform is one of the first UGVs that we have installed and trialed mine breaching capability on. With it being electric drive, we found that it has fantastic performance, and it certainly looks towards the future in terms of how we can start to adapt this capability to make it more suitable for unmanned ground vehicles. And I guess that's the main direction that obviously we're heading is the type of tasks that this equipment is used in is, as I would perhaps put it, dangerous, dumb, and dirty tasks. If we can take the crew out of harm's way during those tasks and use unmanned ground vehicles, obviously it helps to keep people safe. The other way of achieving this is to use existing armored vehicles and to install a remote control system like our Beacon remote control system that allows us to fully teleoperate an existing armored vehicle so the crew are no longer in harm's way. So both those paths we're pursuing at the minute, and we're continuing to support keeping our soldiers safe and removing them from harm's way. The last thing I would like to touch on, there will be a VIP event this afternoon, is the launch of our next generation demining vehicle, which is the MineWolf MW370. So this platform, it is an existing platform that is in service around the world. We have taken that platform, we're making it fully uncrewed, where previously it was optionally crewed. In doing so, we now have the capability to operate at 3 kilometers line of sight, and we're installing a backbone that means that future autonomy can be installed onto this that allows us to autonomously clear minefields and make the area safe for civilian populations.